Join me as I share this hopeful and human lesson that I got when I visited the biggest slum in the world. It's a lesson that always uplifts my spirit whenever I'm feeling a little bit down or whenever I'm going through hardship. I'm never going to forget what it felt like when I visited the biggest slum in the world 10 years ago. It's called Dharavi and it's in Mumbai, and it has about 1 million people living in it. It's also very densely populated, like one of the most densely populated areas in the world. So here's what I saw in the slum. In the part of the slum that I visited, the living conditions at the heart of the slum were nothing like the slums that I was already familiar with in Brazil. They felt a lot more precarious, like these unpleasant odors was happening because of the little sanitation they had, which caused many disease spreads in the past. Many homes were in these mud huts, like mud holes, basically the size of a king-size bed, the whole home. No windows, no door, just this opening so you could see straight into these homes and see the people inside. The corridors of these streets that were meandering, they were carved out in this mud. They were very narrow, they were deep and dark. And you could see people, in their home. And as we went deeper into the slum, I noticed a certain order in what seemed completely messy and chaotic. It felt like I was in a fully functioning underground world with a completely alternate reality that was hard for me to imagine. Now, one thing is to intellectually read about slum and how it works, but it's so different when you walk through it and see its people going about their daily lives. It was a humbling experience for me to feel like I was actually a privileged person, kind of intruding. I knew they had every single reason to hate us because we reminded them of injustice and equality, but they still received us with kindness and in a graceful way. And here's why I was visiting the slum. And during my MBA, there was a course during the summer called Building Businesses in India. And I was curious about new cultures, so I decided to explore it. And this course was very hands-on. It was about traveling and visiting different types of businesses of different sizes. So we visited big corporations, local startups, but also these slum-based micro-enterprises. Now, the slum had tons of business life. In these little mud holes, there were bakeries, leather good, pottery, recycling micro businesses. It was super organized and the people working in them were super focused and proud. Now, I did not have the courage to eat the bread from their bakery, but I learned that it was distributed, far into the city beyond the limits of the slum, which was pretty large. They had production, supply chain, branding, equipment, teams, processes, clients, and they took their work very seriously. The slum had schools, churches, markets, everything they needed to serve its people, but they themselves created all the things that they needed. And before I continue, I just wanted to ask your support to get this video to other people who might need a little boost of motivation in their day. You can do that by clicking the subscribe button below, on the video on the YouTube, and also writing a comment about what your thoughts are on the video. Now, in the city, right, not the slum, every time we stopped in the car, slowed down, about 20 kids would run to the car and surround the windows and hit and ask for money and food. But in the slum, it was so different. The kids would come close and smile and have this curiosity and want to interact. They had no materials, no paper, no resources at school. But the teacher was super, joyful and enthusiastic about educating these kids. People were just generally so kind, warm, and welcoming. They were smiling, and the tour guide himself was a resident of the slum, and he spoke with so much pride about his community, even though he was really aware of the problems. Now, was ignorance the source of bliss? You may be thinking maybe, because they didn't know the good things in life, they were okay with being in that situation. But no, they had TVs inside those little homes of theirs. And they were very old TVs, but they could see fancy cars, fancy homes in the movies and TV shows in Bollywood. So, my friends, the lesson that in that chaos, in that mayhem, they were able to find work, pride, love, joy. They didn't even want to move out when the government gave them these apartment buildings. And during that slum visit, I really found and I felt hopeful. I saw how people can find joy and create a home in what seems like a completely unwelcoming situation, and how they do that by finding a purpose and staying connected to others in their community. So whatever you're going through right now, take it upon yourself to create a welcoming place wherever you are and to cherish those the people that care about you and who you care about, and to find meaning in that chaos that you might feel like your life is in right now. So choose the energy you want to bring into your daily challenges and experiences and struggles. And yeah, be grateful for the opportunity to have this human ability to assign a positive meaning to your experiences, to be the change you want to see in the world and in your life, to bring happiness to your interactions. And I'd be super grateful if you could help spread the message to other people who might need a little boost in their, boost of positivity in their life right now. You can do that by clicking the subscribe button below on the YouTube video and writing a comment about what experience has helped you feel more grateful and appreciative for what you have and have perspective in life. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching this video. I release a new video every Wednesday. Be confident, kind, and caring, my friend, and have a beautiful day.